two things today in this video. First, I want to just like get ready with me while I get my makeup on for the day. But also for guys, don't go running away right now. But I also want to discuss this really great thing that I was sort of an aha moment for me when I was at the Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi 3-day summit, Mastermind World Summit. The last 3 days. It was so intense and it was so amazing. And I learned so many things. And so what I want to do is just start sharing with you some of those golden nuggets that I picked up while I get ready for the day, or, while I'm doing my skincare or whatever. Okay, you guys get it, right? And so before I get started with that, let me just tell you, I'm going to show you today Limelight by Alcone's 5-minute face. You can get it. Today is August 5th, 2024, just in case you're watching a replay on this. This is available this month, 5-minute face. And if you get it between now and the 11th, you'll get this really cute headband. Now, it doesn't look as cute on me because I have short hair, but for those of you with longer hair and that you can do your hair up and, have it more full and long and whatever, this is so adorable. It's kind of princess like to me, but this is how I use it because it doesn't really work well with me on this. But look how I can put it on and I can keep my hair out of my face while I wash my face. I can keep my hair out of my face while I do my makeup. And it's free if you were to get, $100 worth of stuff. Also, in that order, and you can get the link below. Also, the 5-minute face, it's going to take me a little bit longer probably to do 5 minutes because I'm talking, but let me just tell you what's in it, okay? So in the 5-minute face, you get your foundation and 2 concealers, all right? And you can take a test in my website to decide, hey, which one do I need? You also get 2 eyeshadows and either a translucent powder, which is what this is, or a blush or a highlighter or a bronzer. I'm going to use the translucent powder and tell you why later. You can get either a waterproof mascara, which is phenomenal, or our perfect mascara, which is phenomenal. You also get a lip gloss, and oh gosh, I think that was it, but that was quite a bit, right? That was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 products that you get, and phenomenal. Now, this doesn't come in the 5-minute face collection, but they're on sale today until tonight, 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. And you can get our perfect hydrating lipsticks, and I will show you those also. Anyway, so while I'm getting ready, I've already done my brows, I've already put on my skincare, and I've already primed my face with the primer. Okay, so while I'm doing the foundation, and you know what's great is my skin looks good enough. I don't really need to wear a lot of foundation anymore, and I don't. I'm just going to do a little bit of concealer right here to mark that off, but those spots are disappearing with our Everlasting C, and love it. And so I have barely put on any makeup, and I've already, you want it to look really natural, etc. Now, putting on some more of that concealer to even out the skin tone on this side as well. Okay, so I'm in the Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi thing this weekend, a summit this weekend, and just kind of spreading that concealer around. It is a waterproof concealer and it's professional, so you do not need very much of it. I am going to switch to my foundation and quickly just spread a little bit of that on. I have barely touched it, and I'm just making sure that everything looks nice and even. Now, this Tony Robbins starts talking, and if you know anything about Tony Robbins, he's the guru, right? He is the guru. And so Tony Robbins starts talking, and he says something about stop negotiating with yourself. And I was like, oh, okay, let's talk about that. He said, if you said you're going to do something, get up and do it. Stop giving yourself excuses and stop trying to negotiate your way out of it. And so I just, it really made me stop and think, how am I negotiating and getting out of stuff? Or how am I telling myself, oh, it's okay, I don't need to do that, etc. I'm just going to quickly put on a very light color of brown. I'm barely tapping it because it is a very pigmented eyeshadow. All of our colors are professional, and I'd rather go light and layer on than go too heavy and have to go, oh rats, that's too much. But anyway, I want you to stop and think, ladies and gentlemen, like friends, how do we negotiate in our life? And we negotiate ourselves right out of doing stuff, all right? I'm going to be honest with you. This is one of the things I like to do. Okay, I know I said I was going to do yoga today, but I've got a dozen things I've got to get done before such and such a time. I just don't have time to do yoga today. And so I negotiate myself right out of doing yoga. Really, Geraldine? Or, I know I said I was going to, see, I put out a little bit too much right there, but that's okay, no problem. I can blend it in. Geraldine, you said that you were going to eat healthier. But, you're out with friends and, you're splitting the dessert. Is it really going to matter? Yes, it is. But I want you to stop and think, how am I negotiating in things in my life? Am I staying later at work because I want to avoid something at home? Am I saying one thing but doing another? Am I hitting the snooze button? Now I'm going to touch this color. And, am I hitting my snooze button when I really needed to get up and exercise, or I needed to get up and meditate, or I needed to get up and read scripture, or whatever that looks like to you? Or, oh my gosh, just one more episode of Young Sheldon, which happens to be one of my favorite things on Netflix. Just one more episode of Sheldon, and then I'll get to what I need to get to. And then you've watched 3 episodes of Sheldon and you're tired, of Young Sheldon, and you're tired. But that's such a good question, right? How are you negotiating with yourself, and what can you do differently about it? Now, what I'm going to tell you, just a little side note, and that is I'm going to use, so I've used these 2 colors on my eyes, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this darker brown to just kind of highlight my lower eye a little. Not too much, but I just want to bring that in a little right there to add a little bit of definition to that eye. And you can see it's got a little more definition than the other one. I'm not doing a whole lot of it. I am trying really hard, for me personally, to get back to the idea of a more natural looking face and not quite so much makeup. There are times where I definitely want to say, hey, world, I'm wearing makeup, but maybe this isn't one of them. Anyway, how many times have we negotiated with ourselves and we have talked ourselves right out of doing something that we said that we were going to do? Now, one of the things that I like to do when I buy this 5-minute face collection is get things that I can use in double ways. All right. So for instance, instead of getting an eyeliner, I can just use my eyebrow pencil, and I'm going to do what's called tight lining, and I'm just going to go right up. I think that's what it's called. Now that I said, I'm like, is that what it's called? Anyway, and I'm just going to go right up. I normally do this with one of my hands holding my eyelid open, but I'm holding the mirror, so I can't do that. But it's made my eye look like I have more lashes. That's actually the reason that you use liner. And it's going to help to open up my eye a little bit, make my eyelashes look like I actually have eyelashes. sometimes, especially this in the summertime, if I don't really want to do a lot of makeup, I will do that, and I really won't put any mascara on at all. I'll just kind of good with that. Now, so what I did was I used this as an eyeshadow, and I used it as my liner, and I used it under my top eye to give myself a little bit of punch. And what I'm going to do with this eyeshadow is I'm now going to use the pink eyeshadow, and I'm going to use it not only as an eyeshadow, but I'm going to let it double as a blush. So when you're looking at this collection, you might want to look at, hey, how can I get, double duty for what I'm doing? And what colors can I get that I would be able to then use in a different way? And so I love that. It's just very natural. Boom, it's done. We're nearly finished, right? Now, the lip gloss I have chosen is Magic. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put, these are two of my favorite colors. Again, these are a buy one, get one. It ends tonight. But I'm going to use this color and just a super light, very natural. This is one of my favorite ones. It's called Be Kind. And if you know anything about me, I'm all about that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that pink blush and just press it into my lips to make them pop a little bit more. I'm going to use Magic lip gloss. But we've got a lot of different colors that you can use. I don't even like lip gloss before I got with Lime Life. And it's like, oh, I really like that lip gloss. That's really good. And just putting it right there for just a little bit of a shine. It looks really nice that way, and I like it a lot. And now I am going to, this doesn't come with it, but if you can get the priming spray and the setting spray, absolutely do. I recommend it. I'm going to put on my setting spray, and then I'm going to get my translucent powder. Now you can get, if you don't want the translucent powder, you can get a bronzing powder, you can get a blush, you can get a highlighter. I like to, and I use all of those, but if I'm just trying to go really fast or I'm traveling, which a lot of you know, I just got back from Africa and Egypt and Florida, and I don't want to have to travel with a lot of makeup, but I do need a little bit of makeup, right? And so I try to use as little as possible, take as little as possible, and use things in a variety of ways. It also just, I think it just makes sense. But now I'm going to go ahead and put on my mascara, and then we're going to be done. But again, let's go back to, how are you negotiating with yourself? Are you saying, oh, 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes, and hit the snooze button? Are you, did you commit to be kinder today, but then you blew up at somebody, or, you had some road rage? Did you commit to doing something different today, and then something got in your way and you said, well, I'm not to blame. How can I help that? And then you push the blame onto somebody else. Anyway, I loved the idea of stop negotiating with yourself. Stop convincing yourself to not do something, or stop that you're supposed to do. Stop convincing yourself that to do something that you shouldn't do. I'm like, if you know what's right and wrong, you know what's best for you. Don't listen to other people and what they say. Listen to your inner self. Listen to your soul. Listen to that intuition, and how to do that. Now, here's the exciting thing, you guys. The reason I took that class, or the summit, is I'm in a year-long class with Tony and Dean, and I am getting my course of Your Kind Mind on, so it'll be available. You can do it with me live, or you can do it with me. You can buy the recording, and I'm super excited about it. So watch for that coming, because that's going to be really, really fun. And I just wanted to give you a tidbit of some of the things that we're going to be looking at and talking about. And one of the things was, don't negotiate with yourself. All right. You are too important. You matter. You count. You're just too important. Now, that was the 5-minute face. It was so super simple. Anyway, I'm Geraldine Brown, and I am wishing you all to make it a grateful day, and always be kinder than necessary to yourself, so you can be kinder than necessary to others. Bye.